It's not just her because he let her. He did not have to. If you know that you like this other chick, right, and she's really a good girl, okay, this other woman, and you know that Jodi is bad for you, she's toxic, she's dangerous, you don't trust her. Why would you be so nice? He was extremely loving and nice, and like as if he missed her attention and her affection. But even before that, he was responding to the text messages. So what I'm saying is pick and choose your battles wisely, people. Because when you don't, this is the kind of situation that can happen. Don't say what you don't mean. Don't do what you don't want to do. You have to be stronger than that.
Well, yeah, he had to be stronger, but I don't really just be like, well, I don't really just put it on him because, like I said, she kept dangling in front of his face. So,
And he accepted it, Kai. You don't have to do that, I know.
I mean,
You don't have to accept the carrot dangling in your face. You don't have to be like, oh, no, you don't have to do that. That's why I said get some grow some balls and just say no. And don't answer the door in the first place because if you knew you were done with her, you were done with her. Stick with it. You already had another girl that you really liked, and she's a good girl. She would have made a great wife for him. He wanted to be a good husband to her. He wanted to be a good Mormon husband to
I
her.
didn't know there
If
was.
you know there's a distraction,
I,
then that's it. Just stay away from your distraction. What
I
was
was gonna
that?
say I didn't know there was another girl. I don't know which other girl you're talking about. I know the girl he liked.
Oh,
I know the girl he
absolutely.
liked, but
No,
she.
that no, 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 no. He gave her more than favor and attention. He was so happy for her attention because it was a good distraction from Jodi and it was a healthy, wholesome woman that's what he wanted all along. He even told Jodi. One time they had an argument because she came over to fight about something and she always did. He just bursted into the house. They were in the bedroom when they had this fight. He said, "Listen, it's Jodi. Oh, I know what it was. You know what it was? He went to the shower. He took a shower. They made love again, right? For whatever reason. And then he goes, well, I'm going to take a shower. And her nosiness, and she's so, So she always, but this is what she did. She would often look at his phone. She looked at his phone, and sure enough, the girl that you're talking about, she said, I want to come over and see you. There's some things we need to talk about. And here's Jodi. Oh, no, it's okay. Don't come over. I don't want to see you anymore. She says something like that, threw the girl off. And she goes, huh? This doesn't sound like you. What's going on? Boop, click, click, turn the phone off or whatever she did. You see what I'm saying? That's manipulation. He was in a relationship that he was happy with. He told Jodi that when she moved to Arizona, I don't want to be with you anymore. I don't want to see you anymore. I like somebody else. And Jodi knew about the other women because she saw her on more than one occasion, and she even confronted him about it. And she's like, you know what? Forget this. I'm gonna get my way at the end of the day. And that's what it was. And that girl, even the detective said the last text messages was the other woman saying because he would have wanted to see her. Jodi shut her down and pretended to be him.
Wow, that part I didn't know
Isn't that
about. Yeah.
crazy? Yeah, like I said, I have watched this case for years. I've seen this at least 5 or 6 times because it's just interesting to me. And it's like, oh my God, and she's still in prison. And guess what I heard? She manipulates people from there too. So
Oh, I
she does the
mean,
same
yeah, I
thing.
mean, that's her personality. That's all she could do. Speaking of, she's
Yeah.
still in prison. She actually got convicted of first degree murder on May 8th, 2013, and she was sentenced to
Right.
life in prison on April 13th, 2015. So, yeah, she's in there. I would have given her life too because she showed no remorse. She tried to put it all on him. She went through a series of how it wasn't her. So the first series was, didn't she said somebody broke into the house or whatever and they stabbed him up but left her for some reason. And then when that
Right.
didn't fly, then she said she was defending herself because he was abusing her or something like that. And she had no remorse, like completely at all, no remorse whatsoever. And that's just what fascinated me about it. Is just not that she had no remorse, because I know a lot of murderers who don't have remorse, but her personality, how she just cried on cue, how she acted in the interrogation room, how she changed up her whole look coming into the courtroom, how she suddenly acted so demure and was like, I don't have sex that much, and all this other stuff, like, I was just doing it because I just wanted to make him happy. Oh, she tried to paint the picture that he was a freaking um a pedophile. Remember? Oh my god. Do you remember that?
A pedophile? A
You
pedophile? I'm trying to
forgot.
think.
Yes, she tried to paint
No,
a
I don't
picture
remember
that he
this
was a
part. What
pedophile, because one of
happened?
the pictures she took, she had her hair in ponytails, and she was like, "Yeah, he just liked me to act like a little girl. He would always pull up pictures."
Yes, because she would dress up as a schoolgirl.
Yeah.
That was one of their fantasies
Yeah,
together.
but
And she would
a
wear
lot
this
of guys
really
like
cute
that, but that
outfit, and
doesn't mean
yeah,
they're like
that's
they're
kind
a
of like common.
pedophile. Yeah, but that's what she
Right,
was
that's so
trying
true.
to.
But she wanted to give that
Yes,
illusion.
because she
Yeah,
was like, he would pull up pictures
totally
of
remember
little
that
girls
now.
and then make me look at
Yeah.
them, and then we'd have sex. And I was like, oh my god, it was her personality that really was like, I was just like, I don't want to use the term fascinated, but it was just like, wow, really?
But she's like, I'm the victim because he forced me to pretend to be a little girl. And it was so unhealthy for me. And I just didn't like it. I didn't think it was right. And he manipulated me to feel as if this is what he wanted and this is what I should be. And I mean, this is craziness. Okay. This whole thing is, that's why they call it sex, lies, and videotape. That was literally one of the headlines when they were doing the prosecution. I was like, oh my God, that's exactly what it
It
was.
was just
And a manipulation all at its finest. But 27 times, lady, did you have to?
27
27?
times,
I
and
mean,
if that wasn't
what is,
enough, she shot him in the
like,
head too.
right. I'm just gonna just make sure you're dead. Like, okay, boom. Like, you know what? And the thing about it was, I think at one point, now this is the part I'm not clear about. Did he try to crawl? As many times I've seen, I get this all mixed up. Did he actually try to crawl from the shower? Because he ended up on the carpet like bloody from the, was it from the
No, didn't
bathroom?
she drag
I
him?
think it was
I
trying
thought
to.
she dragged
Oh,
him.
she
Yeah,
dragged
she
him.
dragged him.
Oh, and then that's when she shot him in the head,
So,
as if he was completely defenseless. Because I think it was after he was stabbed that many times. Like, what am I going to do to defend myself if you stab me almost 30 times? What am I really going to do to defend myself at that point? So is that when she stabbed him? I mean, not stabbed him. I think that's when she shot him. When she dragged him out to the carpet and said that he lunged at her and he was upset with her. Remember that? About something like he defended, like she was defending herself. Did you hear that part
mm,
of the story?
I don't remember
Yeah,
that.
that was the first. That was the first. That was her first story to the prosecution. That was the first story. She was defending herself, and he lunged at her because he was upset because something about the shower, something about the bedroom. It was just like she just. But it didn't make any sense because it all started when he was helpless in the shower, thinking that she was taking pictures in love with him because he was very attractive. He was handsome, so if I think you're, giving me, you know what I'm saying? You're giving me attention and compliments. What I'm going to be off guard completely. First of all, I'm off guard because I'm in the shower. Who goes to the shower with a knife,
Right?
a
And
jackknife?
then
Like who does it? Or
my
even a
other thing is,
gun?
if you were defending yourself, why is he stabbed up in the back?
Mm-hmm.
That he looks like he has defensive wounds and not you.
But that's
She
what I
had
said. The
some
prosecution said that's what got her.
she has some
Yeah. What
cuts
was
on
my?
her, but it's the cuts of somebody who's stabbing a human being that she had.
Actually, it's the cuts of when you was. See, here's when most people. This is what I've learned from all this art forensic studies. The majority of the cuts that happen with the accuser is when they're trying to pull the knife back out. That's it. That's
Hmm.
it. They're just trying to pull it back out so they can stab you again. And not when you, or even sometimes when they're stabbing you and they're putting it in, then it could be like, oops, oh my God, I cut myself. Then they got to pull it back out. Oh God, I cut myself. But it's not in defense. Trust me, it's only in defense with the defendant and with the victim. But usually that's when it happens. Like most of the time, it's when it happens. Can you believe that?
I I
And
really
it's
didn't
like,
know that.
yeah, definitely. I've done so much research, and you guys have to remember that don't know me on this show. I worked as a fake what forensics and CSI investigator, just like this the show CSI. So I was just a spinoff, but an actual experimental. Can I say experimental? It was an experience. So it was an exhibit, an interactive exhibit, and you experience the show CSI. So it was called CSI Exhibit MGM Grand Las Vegas. So that's what I did. But they hired models to be able to solve the cases with you. We wear bulletproof vests, with the handcuff belt, and all that. And so we understand that. But it's like, oh my God, I learned a lot of this at that time. But this is crazy. This is what people do. They don't think. There's dumb criminals out there. And when you premeditate a murder, you can best believe you're not getting out. They're gonna put you in the slammer and throw away the key.
Oh yeah.
If it's when it's premeditated. If it's just reaction of passion, then a judge often has mercy, and maybe instead of 50 years, you'll go for 25. Instead of forever, you might go for 50. So pick and choose once again. What pick and choose your battles wisely.
Uh
Well, Kai, so with that said, do you want to wrap up our case? Do we know anything
yeah,
else about
no,
her
that
when she
was
goes to
it. She
prison?
just, she's in prison still up to her old games. Probably trying to get out.
Right.
I know she's still saying she's innocent actually. Um
Appeals, appeals,
yeah.
appeals, but they're not. They're just being dropped each
Yeah,
time.
I think she's just not used to getting what she wants.
Not getting her way.
Yeah.
Not she's not used to not getting her way.
Yeah.
And when you have it in you, it's in you. So it's crazy. But people like that become a celeb, not a hero, but a celebrity in prison because
That's
their
terrible.
personalities. They have to have attention and they have to have an audience,
That's
and it's
terrible.
not hard to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's ugh. I mean, like I said, okay, so let me put in this, I guess, post show disclaimer. Again, I apologize that this was such a I guess a shoddy show because I just had the generalization of this um of the whole case because I was just really excited to get to how she was acting, her personality, and just how baffling her personality was to me. But we've been on hiatus for a while, so we'll get it together. Our shows will go back to the normal professional way it was before. But that was the story of Jodi
Aries.
and Travis. Yeah, yeah,
Aries. Chars and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Aries. Okay, you can't forget it. I'm the beginning of the alphabet. So follow me, everyone. Follow my
Don't
lead.
follow Shar.
The best way to remember
So
that.
that was the story of Jodi Arias and Travis Alexander. Unfortunately for Travis, and I do feel sorry for his family. So I wanted to say, as we end each show, go ahead and follow us on social media and Facebook, Love and Murder. So you'll search facebook.com/relationship crime, Instagram, Love Murder Podcast, and we will be dropping free shows on our Patreon very, very soon. So that's patreon.com/love and murder. So go ahead and follow us there and you'll get some free shows soon. And so you can get a feel of what it's going to be like. So if you become a Patreon subscriber, the kind of shows we'll be putting
So
out.
stay tuned.
Obviously, it's going to be more
Mhm.
professional than this, me tripping over my words, me forgetting my notes, me, all this other stuff that we did. But forgive us because we've been on hiatus for a while, as I keep saying over and over and over and over again.
Again.
But we're so excited to be back, and we will definitely be seeing y'all every Thursday night. Um, Eastern time, no set time, but Thursday evenings. There, we'll be seeing y'all every Thursday
There you
evening.
go. Thursday
Yeah,
evenings.
definitely.
Yes.
So next week we're gonna have another crazy and wild show for you. So stay tuned to our show next week Thursday. And in the meantime, as I always say, all love and no murder, y'all.
And no murder.
We'll
Have a
we'll
great
be
week,
seeing
everyone.
y'all.
Be safe.
Peace.